We're both live on YouTube and Facebook. All right. Okay, so hi everyone. Thank you for joining me on today's webinar with no other than the founder of TOOLUP, which is a SaaS subscription management tool. And joining me today is Sajad Kioumarsi. I hope I'm still saying that correctly. The last time I remember.
Yes.
Yes. I'm glad I'm saying that correctly. So stick around as he explains further about the tool itself and the features and how you can maximize your TOOLUP experience, and also what is there to expect more from TOOLUP. So of course, for those who are participating in the giveaway, make sure to stay until the very end because I will have a secret code for all of you guys. And also make sure to check out the TOOLUP deal on our deal page at saastronauts.com/TOOLUP. And of course, everyone, please give Sajad a warm welcome. So hi Sajad, how are you doing?
Hi, great, thank you. Yeah, nice to be with you again, and also go for walk through the product. So I will go directly through the product introduction and also explaining how you will face our product from right beginning and how it goes and how you can use it, and then I will go also to the passport management solution that is going to be launched in by end of the May. So I will show you like all the process and what we have built for at the
All
moment.
right. All right. So I'll just add
So I
to the
think
screen. All right. So I'll add
okay.
it on. Okay. All right. Then I'll mute myself.
Okay, perfect. So you can see the screen, yeah. Okay, shall I start or you can see the screen?
Oh yes, yes, we can see it.
Perfect.
Go ahead.
Great. So I just registered a new user to go do the walkthrough. So I already approved the email. So the first thing you will see in your system is the system setup, which let you to set up your current environment, like the employees you have, the tools you are using. So you can simply import the data. It's very essential and important to give us our email service you are using. So this is something which is mandatory. As soon as you tell us what email service you are using, we can make sure that email is the first thing new members get onboarded. And from there, we can go to onboard the user to the other tools. And as soon as you tell us what email system you use, you can tell us what is your domain. Let's say it's toolup.io, the domain you're using. And then you go next. You have two options. You can manually add all your team members to the system, or you can import any CSV Excel file that you got from actually any, let's say, HR system you are using. So if you go through add manually, you can simply add Sajad Kioumarsi as a team member, say email is sajad@toolup.io, then the team is tech, and then, sorry, because this is, I use my own name, so let's say Sajad Tech. So I already exist as admin there. And you can simply add John, I don't know his name, John at toolup.io, and then the team is, let's say, HR. So you can manually add all the team members you have and then go to the next step, or you can go back. Each time you go back, it will remove all the data you already inserted, and you can choose to import a CSV file. A CSV file can be Excel file or CSV. And if I download the CSV, so you can download the sample file, and then this sample file, yeah, let me, and then if I browse the sample file that I just downloaded, it will be uploaded. You go next, you will face the same. You will face the same actually wizard that you have with the manual. You can simply fix it, delete users, change the names, and just go next. You can change the teams, if you like, and say, let's say this is HR, this is Sajad. I want to just make the same thing we built before. And you can still add new people. Yeah, like a okay, then a at TOOLUP.io. I want to create actually different teams so you can see. And any team you add here, like if you have a tech team, HR team, if you add marketing team, and you go next, at the last step, you will see all the teams you have. You will always have a general team. So the general team is the team that every team member belongs to, and then the tech and HR are the teams that we created. So you can choose all the recommended, for example, tools that we have, which we list the tools that is mostly used by many companies. Let's say everybody uses Slack, Zoom, and G Suite. And then for the other parts, you can go through category, choose what tools you are using. For example, for project management, maybe the tech team. And you can also do the search, say, okay, our tech team, for example, let's say use Jira. So we can simply, let's skip this. You can simply drag and drop. Oh, sorry, I added also the old ones. So by mistake, so we can remove them actually. Okay, good. So you can add, for example, the Jira, you can add, let's say, GitHub, and let's say that's all we use for and then for the HR, we use Fresh Team. I mean, in our own company, but Fresh Team is not there, so you can add any custom tools you want. Just type it here, then make it. You can add the website URL if you want, like we are using, let's say, toolup.freshteam.com, and then choose a category, let's say it's other, and you can add Fresh Team as a tool. And then you can drag and drop it here. So you can choose all the tools you have. You already imported all the team members, and you can click on done. Let's say, okay, I'm done with importing. So you can invite actually everybody by email to the system by now, or you can actually do this later on. And as soon as you make it done, you will lead to the dashboard of the project. You can see I already see all the tools that I have access to as a team member. And here in the dashboard, we have onboarding, offboarding process that's happening. So for all the members that we already added, definitely they are not going to get onboarded or offboarded because they are current members. So whole the system setup was to setting up the current situation your company has. But afterwards, if you want to add a new member, you can simply come here, add new member. Let's say again, yeah, lose this again. Then we say, okay, she is in the tech HR team, or no, she is in marketing team. So you simply create a new team, add her email, and mention the onboarding date. Let's say onboarding date is today, and then you can add Sarah to the team. So when you come to the dashboard, you see that, okay, Sarah is a part of the marketing team. So you have to add for him G Suite, Slack, Zoom. You already know there is one people who need to be onboarded. And because we say onboarding date of Sarah is today, so it says, okay, he's going to get onboarded today, and these are the tools you have to add him. But if the onboarding is in future, which most of the times is the case, this will appear only at the date that the onboarding date is. And if you click on any of the tools, you can simply see that, okay, there is G Suite, Sajad is onboarding already today, and then Sarah is supposed to be onboarded as a marketing team. And then there are two actually things happening, yeah? Like You can do it in our freemium version, the version you already see here. Do it manually. It means you go to G Suite, see list of people, you have to add them and remove them, and you do it one by one. And you can simply mention here that, okay, these people are onboarded now. But when you use the auto provisioning version that we have and the paid version, this and the feature which will come actually in future, you can see it in our milestone, you can see it also in the deal page. Then all this auto provisioning will happen automatically. So the user will be added to G Suite. And here for the current day, you will see that, okay, these two people are onboarded correctly. So your auto provisioning worked perfectly. But in any case, auto provisioning fail, you will see here the status that is penned. So it doesn't happen correctly. You can do it anytime at any time manually. So here is where we have all the tools that we have to onboard and offboard people. And yeah, you can also simply offboard anybody. Like let's say we want to offboard John. So we say he will be offboard, let's say today, so you can see it already. So we say John would be offboarded today. And when we choose this, we can go again back to the, let's say, homepage. Sorry, didn't. We didn't save the offboarding date. Yeah, okay. Let me make it today. Yeah. So John is already offboarded, and when you come here, you see, okay, you have to remove John from Fresh Team Zoom because John was part of the HR team. So from Fresh Team, Zoom, Slack, G Suite. And you can simply manage the date that the users get onboarded, the date that the users get offboarded. And here you can get back again to this screen. So you have a full overview, what teams we have, how many members they have, and also you can manage like team tools, like add tools to any team you want. If I want to add Miro to my marketing, for example, I can simply add these tools to my marketing, and then we know that everybody should be onboarded in the marketing team to the Miro. So again, if I come here, I see I have to onboard one person in Miro who was Sarah from the marketing team. And you can simply manage all your onboarding, offboarding. So as a sysadmin, you can digitalize the process, and instead of for each person, you go through the list and then do all onboarding, offboarding per person, the group by things by tools, which help you to open one tool. And from this tool, you understand, okay, I have to add this guy, I have to remove John from G Suite. So you do all by one, then confirm that you have done, and you will never forget this because you will always have notifications here, and later on a lot of tasks that guide you to do all your jobs you have to do. And then for
Wait,
each
Sajad, I've got
tools,
a question. Sorry, I've got
yeah,
a quick
sure.
question. When you are, let's say you have one person, can you remove them from multiple? Can you remove them from multiple tools?
When you have one person and you want to remove them from
Yeah.
multiple tools,
Yes.
uh,
Could you do that?
I mean
Or it's
at
one
the,
by
at the
one?
yeah, I mean what you can see here. I mean, if it happens, let me go back to the page then. If the auto provisioning happens, like if you have the version which is it auto provisioning, like all the things will happen automatically. But if it's manual work, then the way that we are showing now is like group by the tools. Yeah, it's in the backlog of features that, okay, what if I want to, as you said, group by person, like instead of going through each tools, because this is the pain that comes from sysadmins. Yeah, like if I want to do tools by tools, then I have to say, okay, let's go for Sarah, remove him from G Suite, from Slack, from Zoom, fresh team, and then next, now it's about John. I have to add him, so add him to G Suite. So I have to get back to each tools actually one by one again. So that's why we group by default by tools, because it's easier as a admin that you open Gmail and do all delete removes at one place. Like One idea we would have is also to do the batch delete, so you can upload batch file and then which we create and you upload it on the G Suite and everything will happen at once if you don't have auto provisioning. So you can
Yes.
simply do a batch delete of all the users, even though you don't have like or auto provisioning setup, or you don't have your auto provisioning setup. Still, you can upload the batch file for specific tools. But we are planning also have the option actually later to change the view so you can have a view by person.
All right, that would be great.
Yeah,
Great.
sure,
Thank you
sure.
for
I mean,
answering the question.
perfect. So yeah, and then for each tools, I can go through the tools. So for each tools, also it's the same situation. Like if we go, for example, to let's say we go to G Suite, you can already change the URL because if I want to go more relevant, for example, if I go to Slack, then my access URL is usually like this: yes, https toolup.slack.com. So you can do the configuration here. I will show you later how is the password configuration also. So as you can see here, our password and SSO and API connection is not active yet, especially and would not be active in the freemium version. But I will show you later on that, okay, how is the setting for the password management and how you can manage your authentications. So you can simply go there, update any tools, and you can also start adding tools from here. Like if I choose Zeppelin as a tool, then I can add this tool. Here again, I will ask if you want to change the URL, if you want to do the setting for access options, integrations, and then I can go next. I can go next and actually, sorry, I missed the step. I will show you then here. So I can go there and add to the tools, and then you can always see here again like the whole overview, or you can go to the tools and add tools manually and see, okay, Zeppelin is here and as a tool. We call kind of these tools orphan tools, which are not connected to anything, but you can come back at any time and then add them to any teams you want to. And you can simply manage your team, create a team. I don't know, like let's create sales team, choose a color, maybe red. Then you can add any of your team members to this team. And as soon as you add any team member to the team, you can also decide, okay, what tools you are going to add to your sales team. So I don't know, for example, if we are using Salesforce for sales team, I can add Salesforce and then I can finish the process. So now I have Salesforce added to the team. And yeah, that's what we have in our freemium account actually for now at the moment. And we have also shared the milestone URL that what we are going to build next. But the first thing which is coming out in the end of May would be our password management. So I would love to share also with you how our password management works. So we are implementing actually a totally secure password management solution. So what we are doing is we are actually making multiple encryptions for the tools from administrators and also for the normal users of the app. So when the user is invited to the app and also the admin, they have to activate their password management. What we do is by activating the password management, we will ask for your master password, which is the password you logged in. The reason is that we don't know your password definitely, clearly, because it's encrypted. And to create like a master key, we use this password to encrypt your key. And then when we encrypt your key, you can see your secret key generated here. You can download your secret key or you can copy and save it somewhere. And this secret key would be machine actually in your browser and wouldn't send this data or wouldn't generate this data on any servers. So like any secure password management, you can keep this secret key, which is only in your system. And each time you log in, we just get access to this secret key and decrypt it with your password only from the data you have in your browser and in your computer at home. So totally secure. And then we use this secret key to actually get all the passwords encrypted and hashed. And then we send it only encrypted data, which we cannot decrypt at all without this key in your machine. It's totally secure. And this would be also all the documents, all the security documents would be shared in our knowledge base on the website as soon as we launch the password management. As you can see, you can see here all your trusted devices. So any device that you have logged in with before or you are logged in and you are using it will be shown here. You can remove any device that you don't want to have access to your password management to remove the secret key from there. And each time to come to the new system, like if you change your computer or if you go to your mobile and you want to use our password management, we will ask you to give the secret key. If you don't have the secret key, you can request to reset your secret key. And if you want to reset your secret key, you will lose all your data. So you shouldn't reset your secret key unless you don't, because we don't have your passwords anywhere recorded. So you shouldn't reset your secret key if you are afraid that you lose your passwords. What you can do is you can request the recovery if this case happens. And when you request for the recovery, this would be possible that one of the admins, because these accounts are business accounts, so it's not personal accounts. There are always admins who has also the password management. So when you request the recovery, the request will come to your admin. When your admin is logging, the admin can create for you a new secret key, but the admin cannot encrypt or decrypt your passwords at all. The only thing the admin can do is create a new secret key for you. And then with the new secret key, we will actually encrypt again or hold your passwords. We will have options to do share passwords. We'll have option to create vaults for the different teams. But generally, to show you how also it looks in the app, you can simply actually, after activating your password, you can simply add a new password set. So the way we work is that for each app, you can add a password set and say, okay, this is the title, this is the URL, this is username, this is password. If it's, for example, a Slack. Definitely, if it's, for example, MySQL database, then you will have more fields, yeah. And then as soon as you add it, you will have one password set here. That this is the URL, toolup.slack.com, the URL we put at the beginning in the config. This is the username, this is the title of the password set, and this is the password. So you can add multiple password sets. For example, if you are adding a tool that you are using it with different username passwords, you are able to add multiple passwords for each tools. And from here, you can simply copy the password, or if you are clicking on each tools in the sidebar, it will redirect to the new page, and with the browser extension, it will copy the password and paste it there, so you can auto log in to the system. And you can simply definitely change the password, generate new password each time. Or you can delete the passwords or password sets and then start adding new one. So these would be the features which will be available end of May. And there are more upcoming features for password management, which we will definitely share with you. And we have already actually have the URL. So I hope, yeah, Saastronauts can share with you the URL so you can see what are the password management also milestones. Yeah, I think that's it from my side. I'm happy to answer if you have any questions or if you need any clarifications about the progress.
Yes, all right. So thank you so much, Sajad, for showing us how to maximize your TOOLUP experience. I actually have a few questions here. So first one was, okay, I got this one earlier, so I'm just gonna show it up without the name. So how many customers can TOOLUP currently serve?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, this is one experience I made. I know you shouldn't think when you are a startup how to scale up at the very beginning, but because we used to actually build a couple of tools on AWS and we know how to do auto scaling very well. So it doesn't take us a lot of time. So we didn't bother or concerned to think about having auto scaling solution. So TOOLUP is already running on AWS ECS servers. It can easily set up to auto scaling, and as soon as it start auto scaling, we can serve as many users as possible.
All right. Thank you for answering that question. The next question, I think this is more for the finance management side as well. How will the invoices be generated and delivered?
Okay, so we don't manage your subscriptions directly. So what would happen in TOOLUP when we have auto provisioning would be that you set up your subscription, you set up the tools in a way that we can automatically add users to your tools, to your SaaS tools. We can remove users from your SaaS tools. We can give access to users to your SaaS tools. And one thing we can do is also we can collecting the invoices for each of these SaaS tools. So as long as you are paying these SaaS tools, usually it's a subscription. You did subscription on their websites. So as long as the subscription is going on and we are adding and removing the people from there, we do two things. First thing is to show you how much you are paying for that. And the second thing is at the end of each month, we collecting the invoices. So you can have all the invoices at one place and just print it out simply or upload it for your tax purposes.
All right. So I guess that's kind of directly, I guess that answers, well, somewhat answers the next question because what kind of action will take place to alert the user of his or her payment to their subscription, on their subscription?
Okay, so yeah, I can answer this because I know like for the at least for lifetime deal community, it's a question. So for the payments or for the subscriptions, which doesn't happen automatically, we are considering to have this feature to mention that okay, how much you have to pay for this tool, and when you have to pay for this tool. So if it's not auto payment or it's not charging automatically, we will have this feature. So you say, okay, I have to pay $5 per user for this tool, or I have to generally pay €100 per month for this tool, and this is the date. So we can alert this for that purpose for the one who doesn't charge automatically. And I already get a couple of times this request that if you
Yeah.
want to pay like manually and you pay each after the subscription ends, and especially for trial, like if they want to pay after trial, this is something we also already put in the backlog. But it's not something that comes in a week or two, but they have it in backlog to be developed hopefully in next couple of coming months. Because now the main focus is to make sure end of May we have the password management first.
Yeah, of course. All right. So for the next question, I guess this is more for something in the future to think about if there will be direct payment for the subscription of the SaaS tool, if that will be available in the future on TOOLUP.
Yeah, it would be available only for the tools that actually let us to do because we do two type of we do actually two type of integrations. Yeah, one is for auto provisioning and SSO, and the other integration for the especially famous tools, we would do like API integrations. So we can use their API to actually to have more options to interact with them. So for the one which have this option to communicate with API and do the payment through the TOOLUP, we would go for that, and then we would invoice maybe for I don't know, half of your tools through TOOLUP for the one who support this option. And for the one doesn't support that the third party can do the payment, then yeah, unfortunately we cannot do anything about them.
Of course. All right. So the last question that I received was, all right, what are the security features of TOOLUP?
What do you mean by security features? You mean the security of TOOLUP for development? Or you mean if you provide some security features like VPN and Active Directory? If
I guess
it's
it's
about,
with TOOLUP. I believe it's the security features of TOOLUP itself.
okay, yeah. I mean, the main or the most important thing about the security, especially about password access management, would be the transparency. So what we would do is to let you know how we encrypt your data and how secure the data that we are collecting is. I mean, the best thing we are trying to do is not to send any of your data to the servers.
Yeah.
So any data that is like, let's say, credential, we try to keep it on your system, on your laptop, on your computer, and we would prefer not to send the plain data to our servers at all. So if it's about password, if it's your usernames, if it's even your emails which are related to the tools, you would, for each password set, you see we create a password set with URL, password, username, and everything. So all this set would be encrypted, not only your password. And when it's encrypted in your local machine, only the encrypted data would be sent to the servers. And we wouldn't save this information also in your local machine. Yeah. The only thing you have in your local machine would be your security key. And then each time you have to type your password to decrypt your information. So in that way, so we try to not to send the credential data to our servers at all to keep it secure. But generally, all our servers on Amazon AWS, we take serious all their advices, how to update the security issues, how to fix the security issues. And as a startup, we have always also consultants meetings with the security guys from Amazon AWS. They check the servers for us with our startup package, and they give us also feedbacks if there's security issues happening in our servers. But at the end, we don't send any data that is credential from your side to our servers.
All right. So I guess people can be really secure if they use TOOLUP. They don't have to doubt whether or not their personal information will be sent out. So you guys are completely safe. So my last question is, what can they expect in the coming weeks for the people that will be using TOOLUP?
We are doing some very, let's say, small improvements in the experience of the using TOOLUPs. For example, you are going to add tasks, which means if you forget to add or remove somebody from any tools, you will also add in your dashboard a part which calls tasks and remind you that you have these tasks to do, and these tasks also guide you to how to use the system. But the main feature that you should expect would be by the end of the May, we will have the password management launched. So anybody who bought the deal will have access to the password management, can add their users, they can invite their users to save all their tools and all their passwords actually in TOOLUP, and yeah, replace it if with the password management tools that they are paying now maybe, or if they are thinking to buy one, they can then use TOOLUP to record all their passwords.
All right. So thank you so much, Sajad, for your time. So if anyone still has questions, make sure to leave it down in the comment section. But if you guys want to further ask your concern or your question to about TOOLUP, make sure to message Sajad, or you guys can just comment in the group. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to answer your concerns and your questions. So for the people that have stayed until the end, this is the secret code for the giveaway. I'll just show it for a few seconds. This is the code for the giveaway. and the giveaway is ending soon. So make sure to look at this, put this in the, um, put that in the, what's it called again? The field, and there you go. Number one, TOOLUP. So that's for the secret code for the giveaway. Okay, now I'm gonna hide it. All right, and of course, for people that want to look at the deal some more and want to purchase TOOLUP, this is the link, so saastronautics.com/TOOLUP. So make sure to get it now while it's still there. So there you guys go. All right. So thank you so much, Sajad, for your time today. I hope you get to eat now because you told me that you've been having a lot of meetings today. Yeah, I really hope you get to eat. Don't You're gonna feel really low on energy. So thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a great night. And you too, Sajad. I hope you get some rest. So thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you, Shanna. Yeah, it was
Yes, thank
great.
you.
Yeah, have,
All right,
yeah.
goodbye,
Bye
everyone.
bye.
Have a
Have a
good dinner.
good day.
Bye.
Yeah, have a good time. Bye.